Welcome back to the channel, guys, and if you don't follow me on Instagram, like mentioned, I post all sorts on there, but Jerry is back with us. Yeah, so this car has been in storage, was meant to be for a few months, ended up, because of COVID, being a bit longer. Primarily to give me the space to do the MPI Cooper, which I know a lot of you enjoyed the project. Quick recap on the Cooper. That came to me, windscreen was kind of in it. And I obviously did the necessary welding needed. All that's left to do now is some repairs on the rear, and it's going for paint, hopefully early next year. I have offered to finish the work, but obviously I just can't store the car here. So I had to put one in storage. This was one that went into storage, unfortunately. It was a bit annoying because another car was on the road, but it went in storage nonetheless. It's back out. It's probably done about 40-50 miles since. Pretty happy with it. It just ticks over so well, this car. That being said, it does need some TLC. Just bits and bats, just because unfortunately it doesn't do massive amounts of mileage, but it kind of still needs a bit of love, if you know what I mean. So the aim of the game with this car is a bit of recommissioning, I think. Wheels are all going to come off. Let's check it over in there, let's give it all a clean, let's make a little list if we need some bits and go from there. There's also one job that I really wanted to tackle on this car, I've since owning it, and by stroke of luck somehow I've managed to find the necessary parts to do it with, and we'll get onto that in a second. But if you haven't already, this is my 1972 Clubman estate. Quick background on it, there is a video on it, a walk around of it, but the car was sat in a garden for believed to be about 13 years, on hard standing, so the underside of the car is in very good condition, for its age anyway. It's not like a show car, it's all obviously treated, and the bits and pieces that have needed to be done to it have been done to it, but essentially it's very original, and it's all just in a really nice kind of paint, black sealer paint. It is what it is, it's functional, it's not a show car, look at it, look at it. But while it was sat there, the badge was stolen, but I've replaced that, and it was vandalised, so this is actual paint across the car. Kids vandalised it, bit of a shame, but it happened. But nonetheless, this to me is probably out of all my minis that I own, the car that makes me smile the most. And that is purely because it just has such a story to tell. Every time I walk out to it and see it on the driveway, I'm like, it just makes me grin. It's just, every angle of it's got something to say about it. So it has actually never been restored. The patina is natural that's happened to it. It hasn't been attempted to me look like this. This is just what's wrong with it as such. It's a love-hate thing. I don't expect you guys to like it. It's very different from the Sidewalk, which is kind of like a presentable car. But this gets way more attention than the Sidewalk, let me tell you that. Any show this car goes to, way more attention. For the right and wrong reasons, but it gets more attention. But me and the missus, we love this car. It drives well, it's got bags and bags of character and charm, and it's a early estate, and I've always wanted one. So I believe it's been around for a few years now, this car. So let me grab the camera, let's go for a little wander. I'll show you the bits, or the two bits that I've got for the car and the plans, and we'll get into it. Right, so like mentioned, looking at the front of the car, it's obviously got the correct grille for the vehicle, correct badging. It's a 72 on an L plate. Yeah, little bump there, that happened. It is what it is. Yeah, you can fix it. The paint, like I say, this is actual household paint. Kids just threw it across the bonnet. It's a proper shame, but a lot of people say just take the paint off, it'd look quite presentable, but if I took the paint off it, it would never be, that's part of its life. The one big thing we have done to this car is, this is like a veneer, like a vinyl over metal, these panels. They're not all real wood, the fake wood, British Leyland tradition. But my wife, she basically base coated all this, and then we've recreated wood. So that, it actually, to feel, feels like wood. And it's the biggest thing about this car. I wanted it to keep its original patina, but the wood to me is why I wanted an earlier state. And yeah, that panel was put in by the previous owner. Had a few repairs here to get it for an MOT, and yeah, it's been left, and this year is one of the things I want to address. I want to get rid of that. I want to paint it white the best I can, blend it with the car the best I can, and I've got the necessary bits they came with the car to paint and match that back in, just because I want to keep it continued. It does look a bit out of place now. I left it because it was part of it to get it back on the road for Clubman 50, but yeah, I kind of want to get rid of it now. I think I'm going to put the panel
back to white. It's a solid panel, which needs sanding back to white, and then make it match. Like I say, the wood continues all the way down, so she's a bit grubby, but yeah. The other thing I did to the car, basically the only mod that I've ever done to the car, is it's got Dunlop Cooper S wheels, but with the Clubman hubcaps. So I had them powder coated silver and wrapped in Falcon tyres on the front. It's actually Dunlop tyres on the back, but they're matching pairs. Like I see underneath, it's all a bit muddy, but it's absolutely solid. Like the whole of the car, apart from being muddy, is incredibly solid underneath. On the inside, let's get stuck into that. It is very Clubman in here. It's got the most amazing aroma, this car. This rookie style dash was added by the previous owner, so I think it's an old couple that owned it. Let me jump in, let's have a look. And yeah, they added all that. So that gauge doesn't work. That gauge kind of works. That gauge works. Temp gauge works, fuel gauge doesn't. That did work, and that definitely works at oil pressure. These two, basically this side of the dash works. These two are a bit, they need a bit of rewiring, to be fair. But yeah, it's all got the old speaker in there, you know, you needed that. The radio actually does work as well. Yeah, it's decent. It's so basic and functional in here. So you just obviously got your washers there, choke heater. It's all very functional. This is one of my favourite things. It's a little map light. I can get it out. Look at that. It's a little map light. I put a new bulb and a thing in it, and we traced the wiring back, and we still can't seem to get it working. So I think there's an inline fuse somewhere for it. We've just not been able to find it. Again, it's a job that we can tackle together, guys. Let's get on with it. It needs a hoover in here, but actually it's got a brand new carpet in this car. When I bought it, it had a horrible carpet that's just thrown in it to get it on the road. So it is actually a brand new carpet in here. It was done for Clubman 50. It's got some overmats, fire extinguisher just in case. I added this. This was in my orange estate that I had, but it looked very suitable, goes with the dash, so I added that. Original steering wheel, big old bus light steering wheel. It's epic. Yeah, it's all completely original in here. It's incredibly clean. So moving to the back, seats are folded flat at the moment. Got a little chest. There's the parts that I bought. Let's get into that. Let's have a proper look. But yeah, back here, no frills, globby, practical mini. Look at the space in here, man. Look at that space. I mean, sounds just like a mini, that. The noise you can hear when it's closing is that the inner door handle. It's epic. It's like a chest of drawers. I love these early cars. Yeah. So in the back, let's have a look at what we've got in here then. So once again, proper practical little mini. I mean, it's just epic. So what have we bought? We have a pair of doors. So let me grab them out. Let's have a proper look. So, what have we got here? This is another thing I like about this car. The chrome's not perfect, but you can kind of just put things up against it, so there's actually a bit of rubber there, and on the door handle. Let's have a look. Right, so Eagle Eye will tell you here, and even more so, it's the first time I've got to have them up against the car. Obviously, I know a set of back doors, but why have I got these? So these, don't get me wrong, the patina is great, but they're a bit too far gone. So the back doors on the Mini, if you've got a poor seal, or in our case, no door to put a seal on, it's allowing fumes into the car, and moving forward it's not the best thing. It's obviously not great for you. Driving it around in the winter, you don't really want your window down all the time, stuff like that. So mate of mine, Alex, actually said to him, like, what I'd love to find is a set of doors, I like this car, that are crap, but not as crap. It's this term I've actually used. And I think I bought the car, and I think I said that to him when I first bought it, because he owns a good collection of minis as well. And he went, yeah, no, I understand what you're saying, kind of thing. And literally, I think I stood in the kitchen, I had a really bad day at work, message from Alex, eBay, 50 quid near my house. Right, mate, I have them. It was ridiculous, like 6 miles from my house. So these are the exact same paint. I believe it's Arran White,
correct me if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I don't know where I've got that from, but I'm pretty sure it is. Clubman State Register, if anyone's watching that, will verify this. But yeah, proper window. They've never been taken out, so it's a triple X window still. I'm not going to paint them, silly, but I am going to remove these trims because these are how the wood trim would have been originally. So I'll bring you guys in a second. You'll see that what we've done to the car isn't necessarily original spec, but the wood on this car, it makes it for me. But these are incredibly valuable now, and I don't want to ruin these or in any stretch of imagination. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take the wood off these doors and put these doors onto this car and kind of transfer it all over. So these doors, they've got a little bit of rust coming through at the bottom, so they look crap or shabby enough and patina enough to go with this vehicle, and they will work very well. I think they will get rid of the problem that we have and also still be in keeping with the car. If I was to put my original plan was to put new bottoms on the doors. No matter what I did, I'm not that good with paintwork. I couldn't make them look as right for the vehicle. These are obviously off the same, if not similar year vehicle, because they've got the wood, and everything about it's right. So it's just going to work a lot better. So let me bring you guys in here and proper look at them. But the reason I'm introducing these to the channel is these need work, but on the inside. So we're going to do a bit of work together on these. Not in this video, but I'll show you what it needs. So yeah, I mean, these doors, they're just incredibly dusty. I've been in my workshop, but this wood is kind of what it would have been like originally. So it's like a really dark wood, but you can see this one's already started to go as well. But these, like I say, I want to keep these. Just put them away for a rainy day. But the doors themselves, they're not completely gone. They're starting to go up the sides. Your trim will cover most of that one. And I'm going to treat it from the inside to stop it getting anywhere. So I'm not trying to condemn this vehicle, but I want to keep what it is. This is a really cool sticker. It's in the back window. I don't know if I'll keep it in there because it's not for this vehicle, and I love my fake bit thing here, so still retains original rust, you know, it's in keeping for this vehicle. So what I might do is put a new set of window sills in it, I'm not sure, or try and get another one of these and replicate it. It's always been the favourite part of my car when I stuck that on, so that will probably come off. Unfortunately, it is quite damaged, and to be fair, I have pushed it back to there so you can see it. It's hanging off, so it's very brittle, but they're in a lot better nick. That being said, which one is it? Let's have a proper look. Not that one. They have they've gone in a really weird place. So they've rusted here. So there's some holes and then whatnot. So what I need to do is, let's lean that, let's hold that there. I need to replicate and make this bit up here without damaging that side too much, and yeah, make a solid set of doors. They are so much better than what's on this vehicle. They've been Z-Bark rust proofed as well. I think that's probably what's done it a bit better. I believe this vehicle hasn't been Z. Actually, you guys, let's have a proper look at this. No. So one of the reasons why these doors probably fared a bit better is they've been Z-Bark rust proofed from Leyland, from new. So these doors have obviously got basically wax along the bottom of the doors. They were injected, there's plugs in the back of the doors to inject them. These on the car have obviously not had that. It is a shame because I'm trying to keep this car as original as possible, but apart from you guys that watch my videos, and hopefully a lot of people do that, look, the colour is, you're never going to know once I've put them trims onto them doors, fitted them on. The idea of it is to make this car more drivable. What I will do is I am going to have a go at synthetically restoring the original doors as well, but to drive them we're going to swap the doors. That's one job, guys. The other job, try and get that map light working, like mentioned. We're going to run through the suspension, just checking everything is checking. I mean, it has been done, but like the brakes could do adjusting. Let's have them off, let's clean them, let's paint them. I believe I did paint all the drums when it was on the road, but it needs properly taken apart. We did the IMM in it, and then she's just ambled about basically. So we really want to enjoy this car, like I say, and I'm going to do that. So we're going to go a bit of patina work, try and blend that, fit that, and do that. Change the back doors, bit of servicing, bit of engine work. So it is the original. Let's have a look. Can we get in here? Can I do it one-handed? Can I do it? Here we go. So it's the original. Ignore the massive weather shield that I put checker tape all over. So it's the original engine.
And there's a few things. I want to try and get it to run on a mechanical pump. It's just, for some reason, it's got an electric pump in there, and it's wrong for the vehicle. That washer bottle that's in that corner should be over there. That shouldn't be there at all. We should have a mechanical pump down there, but for some reason it's been taken off. So I need a bit of clarification to what size spacers do I need, and then I'm going to buy a correct SU fuel pump for it and try and get it to work on that, and hope the cam lobes aren't worn. I might give it a brake fluid flush, just because it was done about 3 years ago, I believe, but let's do it again. If it needs it, let's just check everything. And I have a small water leak from these horrible heater taps, so we'll sort that. I've got the bit for that already. But other than that, it is what it is. Yes, eagle eye among you are going to see the air filter. That's not original. In fact, the carb's not original. Yeah, the head's been completely redone on this car. I have covered it in another video. The head's all been completely redone, so it's converted to unleaded, so it can be used more. And I just wanted it to be a bit more peppy, so it's got HS4 on it, and it drives a lot better for that. So I've known that carb for many years. It's been like 4 or 5 of my vehicles now, so I just keep swapping that carb to cars. But in here, it is just how it was. Basically, it is what it is. Happy little thing. So look how vibrant that blue is. Without further ado, let's welcome the Clubman back.
Right guys, I hope you're as excited as I am to see the Clubman back on the driveway. We're going to crack on with it. We're going to get the jobs done that needed. In between obviously doing the 89, that's our main focus. If you haven't already, go and check out our barn find Volvo Amazon. It is literally my dream car. So I really hope you're going to enjoy that series as well. These two parked next to each other, they were for about a week or two in the unit. Yeah, they were like two patina classics. They looked epic together. So catch you next one guys. If you haven't already, check out our sponsors, the link's description below. Frost Restoration, massive help. We've got a few bits that we've now put aside, like put on order with them, mainly for the Amazon, but they're actually going to become quite useful on this. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to work closely with them again. COVID's, I know the new variant's out and stuff like that, but we've got to go to be positive guys. Just crack on, do your projects, keep your head down, keep yourself safe, look after yourselves, and let's build some cars together again.